After a decade of chaos, civil strife, and exile, Morocco stood on the edge of collapse. The Marinid Dynasty, once a dominant force in North Africa, had lost much of its prestige. The throne had become a game of puppets, manipulated by viziers, generals, and opportunists. Into this fractured realm stepped Faris Abd al-Aziz II, a man burdened with a daunting mission to restore stability, legitimacy, and unity to a kingdom bleeding from within. Faris came to power in 1384, following the exile of his predecessor, Abu al-Abbas Ahmad. The court was unstable, the treasury nearly empty, and the provinces rife with rebellion. Morocco's prestige in the Maghreb had diminished, and foreign powers, especially in Al-Andalus and Tlemcen, watched with interest as the once mighty Marinids weakened. But Faris was not a figurehead. He was determined to change the tide. A kingdom in pieces. His first task was to reassert central control over Morocco. Key cities like Fez, Marrakech, and Meknes had grown increasingly autonomous. Warlords and local governors operated like independent rulers. The economy had declined, trade routes were under threat, and tribal unrest destabilized rural regions. Faris began by reorganizing the military and purging corrupt officials who had thrived during the chaos. He surrounded himself with loyal, capable administrators, many of whom were scholars and jurists instead of generals, signaling a shift toward governance rather than brute force. He also launched campaigns to reclaim lost territories, reasserting Marinid authority over rebellious regions. While not all campaigns were successful, they demonstrated to the population that the Sultanate still had strength. Diplomacy, faith, and reform. Understanding that power wasn't just measured in swords, Faris also turned to religious legitimacy. He strengthened ties with religious scholars and promoted Islamic law as the foundation of justice in the kingdom. He restored Waqf institutions, religious endowments, funded the construction of mosques, and supported madrasas to encourage learning. His diplomacy was also noteworthy. While previous rulers had strained relations with neighboring powers, Faris opened channels of communication with the Hafsids in Tunisia and worked to reduce tensions with the Nasrids of Granada. This brought relative peace to the region, buying him time to rebuild. The challenges he faced. But nothing came easy. His reign was marked by constant intrigue. Rival factions within the court, many loyal to the exiled Abu al-Abbas, plotted in the shadows. Tribal unrest continued in the Atlas Mountains. Economic revival was slow. And worst of all, the people had grown cynical after decades of instability. Loyalty could no longer be taken for granted. Faris was also constrained by the limitations of his time. The empire's military had weakened, resources were scarce, and neighboring dynasties had grown stronger while the Marinids faltered. Despite these obstacles, his reign became a rare moment of calm in the stormy final century of Marinid rule. Legacy. When Faris Abd al-Aziz II died in 1393, he left behind a realm that was more stable than it had been in decades. Though far from restored to its former glory, Morocco had regained a sense of identity, direction, and centralized power. His successors would struggle to maintain that balance, but history would remember him as the restorer, a ruler who in an age of decline tried to build rather than destroy. If you found this story of survival, reform, and political intrigue fascinating, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into North African history. From forgotten kings to mighty empires, we're bringing the past back to life, one legend at a time. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode.